Giyu Tomioka versus Obanai Iguro. A very highly debated topic in the Demon Slayer community. I'm here to squash that today. Welcome to today's video. As you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about Giyu Tomioka versus Obanai Iguro. The Serpent Hashira versus the Water Hashira. The Serpent Pillar versus the Water Pillar. The Insecure Emo Boy versus the shorter Insecure Emo Boy. Let's go over some of the categories we'll be going over today. Strength, speed, intelligence, battle intelligence, experience, hacks, which are basically overpowered abilities, stamina, endurance, durability, reaction speed, combat speed, offense, defense, destructive capabilities, attack potency, skill, range, and weaponry. Now, the reason I say attack potency and strength is I'm talking about physical strength versus how hard you can hit. Two very different things there. Let's just say a very skinny guy, not very physically strong, but he could probably hit you pretty fucking hard. Let's give a real life example. Ronnie Coleman versus Conor McGregor. Ronnie Coleman, Mr. Olympia. Strong fucking dude. But he definitely doesn't hit as hard as someone like Conor McGregor. But he's undoubtedly physically weaker. That's why I have to discern the two. Let's get to the first topic, physical strength. With Giyu's physical strength, he came in 5th in the arm wrestling contest. He managed to slay demons that were comparable to lower moons, and is on par with base Sinemi when he is in base when they spar. When it comes to Obanai, he came in 8th place in the arm wrestling contest. He also kind of the same thing that Giyu did with being able to slay lower moons. And he also cut off Muzan's limbs. Now, that part is very important now. Not only did he cut off more than Giyu, he did it on a more consistent basis than Giyu ever did. Did Giyu cut off Muzan's limbs? Yes, but not as frequently. But you could also argue that Iguro has more agility, which he does. He's way more agile and flexible than Giyu is, so Obanai could have gotten some hits in by being just more agile. But with them having pretty similar with the second stat, I'm going to have to go with the arm wrestling contest and say that Obanai Iguro loses strength. So first point goes to Giyu with physical strength. Now next is speed. I'll talk about what's most impressive to least impressive. He was the 6th fastest runner in the Hashira race. This is not really that all impressive because he was in base. And he also was in 6th place. Like, come on. Next is all his DKT feats. Now, the reason I put DKT feats this low is because DKT is not that strong. Giyu himself blitzed him when he was very fatigued and injured right after fighting Muzan. That's my evidence. That's very hard evidence right there that DKT is not all that in the manga. He had potential, I'll say that, like I said in my video debunking DKT statements. But yeah, next up is he caught up with a casual Shinobu. Now, Shinobu wasn't going full speed or anything, but it's still worth something when I say that Giyu was keeping up with her when she was going towards the, I think she was either going after Tanjiro or she was going back to the mansion. I completely forgot, but Giyu was right along there with her. Next is going to be his 7th form. Now, his 7th form does grant him speed, but the reason I don't put it first is just because the next one is just a lot more impressive. Now, what is his most impressive speed feat? It's surprising Akaza with it. Akaza being Upper Moon 3, the same guy that fought unmarked Tanjiro and a full power Rengoku prior, and this was with his mark. Now, Giyu with his mark definitely surprised Akaza, but is he relative to Akaza? Absolutely fucking not. There is absolutely a reason why you can surprise your opponent but not be on par with them. Alright, now Obanai has 4 solid speed feats. His first, least impressive, is going to be his base form running speed. Him coming in 7th place, 3rd last. not that great. That's running speed. He has better. His next impressive feat is his second form in his breathing requires, quote, blinding speed. Now I do put that in quotations because no one in this series has blinding speed. But it's worth mentioning because that's a weird thing to put, isn't it? No one else in the series has a description like that. Next up is blitzing Muzan from behind while he was trying to run from the sun. Now, the reason this is not first place is because this was fourth drug Muzan. This was a weaker Muzan than, earlier in the fight, but it is still Muzan. It is still Muzan Kibutsuchi, Michael Jackson himself. Now his most impressive speed feat is he got close enough to cut Muzan's neck off. Not off, but he got close enough to cut his neck. No one else did that besides Gyome, and Gyome has a good range weapon. So Gyome didn't have to get close. He could stay from a range and just use his flail and axe. Obanai has to get close because I think he probably has one of the shortest swords in the Corps due to its wavy curvature. So not only is he at a disadvantage with his, again, small size and his small sword, that's very impressive speed. So I'm going to give speed to Obanai. Now intelligence. This is one of the more debatable topics. Until I explain how it's not. Giyu is not too shabby himself. He managed to be smart enough and know how water breathing forms work to the extent to create his own breathing form. Obanai created a whole new fucking breathing style. And he's also a strategist. So IQ goes to Obanai. Now, when it comes to battle intelligence, this is where Giyu outshines Obanai. To an extent, I'll explain. So again, yes, Obanai created a whole new form, and Giyu created Obanai created a whole new breathing style, and Giyu created just one breathing form. However, Giyu has shown to be more of a tactician than Obanai is. And that's a very good battle IQ feat. However, I can't overlook how Obanai created his own fucking breathing style. Meanwhile, it's very impressive, but Giyu only managed to create his own breathing form. His own breathing form, not a style. And style that requires a lot more intelligence, IQ, and BIQ. Because not only are you starting from scratch, but you have no one else to teach it to you. At least Giyu had somewhat of a understanding of how to create a new breathing form with all the numerous water breathing forms there are. So I'm going to give battle IQ to Obanai. Now experience. Experience is going to go, it's no question, it's going to go to Giyu. Obanai was pretty much imprisoned while Giyu was training. He was imprisoned by this serpent demon chick that wanted to plump him up so she could eventually eat him. He escaped, and that's when his life took off. He got saved by, I believe, Kyojiro. No, sorry, not Kyojiro. I believe he got saved by Shinjiro Rengoku, which is Kyojiro Rengoku's father, I believe. So Obanai didn't have that time to train. Meanwhile, Giyu did. Giyu, from a very, very young age, was training and fighting to be a demon slayer. Despite him thinking he wasn't that great, that's still more experience in that field. Now, hacks. Hacks is a very interesting topic. So, Obanai has Transparent World, Red Blade, his mark, and I will give him this. His snake does help. If he gets blinded like he did in the manga by Muzan by getting a scratch across his face, by getting, I think, 6 or 5 slashes across his face, Jesus Christ. Kawamata, I cannot say his fucking snake's name for the life of me. But his snake was able to communicate to him of where to go. So even if Giyu somehow blinds Obanai, the snake's still there to guide him. Whereas Giyu has his mark, the red blade, but he doesn't have transparent world. But he has dead calm to put into that column. The reason I don't say makes up for it is because transparent world is one of the biggest amps you can get in this verse. You are considered a very powerful demon slayer if you have the mark, red blade, and transparent world, especially the last one. So with that, I'm gonna give Obanai hacks. Now we're gonna go on to stamina. Giyu wins this not by a landslide, but by a decent margin. He's quite possibly the stamina king, outside of possibly anyone that fought Kokoshibu, outside of Muichiro and Genya, because they didn't really do much compared to Tsunemi and Tsunemi and Gyome. Outside of those two, Tsunemi and Gyome, Giyu is quite literally the stamina king in the Hashira Corps. He had to fight, not only did he have to fight Akaza, but he had to fight Muzan, and then he had to fight DKT. Meanwhile, Obanai had to fight Nakime, who is not deadly. She's just a pain in the ass. I've already made a video on how Nakime shouldn't have gotten her rank. Because she's not lethal. She's just a fucking pain in the ass. As Obanai actually said himself. He actually said, not word for word, but to summarize, he said, these abilities aren't lethal. They're just annoying. We're not talking about Nakime. Yes, he had to fight Nakime and then Muzan. So he did not have, and he didn't fight DKT afterwards because he was dying. So he didn't fight as strong of opponents as Giyu did, but he also didn't fight as many as he did. So stamina is going to go to Giyu. Alright, let's talk about durability. Now, durability and endurance are two very different things. Durable. Durable means that you will not take damage or won't break skin, pretty much. So let's just say that didn't hurt or that didn't break skin. However, if I were to take this fucking pencil and stab it straight through my forearm and I'm still alive, that's an endurance feat. Because I am currently bleeding out, I am currently in pain, but I managed to endure that and persevere. So let's talk about the durability feats of each. Giyu got knocked through several fucking walls by Akaza. They weren't concrete or anything. I'm pretty sure they were just regular, like, Tokyo, fucking walls, those kind of walls in Tokyo, the fucking bamboo wooden looking ones, those. He got knocked through those. So, not as hard as you would think. Still a feat, though. He got hit 3 times and thrown into a fucking wall by Muzan. And then DKT proceeded to do the same exact thing, but not before giving him a back fist. DKT isn't all that powerful, but again, still something. Alright. For durability for Obanai, he had a building collapse on top of him, as Giyu also did, I forgot to mention that. And he got crushed between 2 walls by Nakime. Sorry, 2 rooms. Now I am going to give this to Giyu by a slight margin just because of the Muzan feat he has. Muzan feats, whether you agree with me or not, Muzan feats are very, very important because it shows what you can do against the most powerful opponent in your verse outside of your reach. So Giyu is going to get durability. However, what he's not getting is endurance. So the Giyu, obviously, he got injured and he did persevere through a lot of pain, but compared to Obanai, who we're going to look at eventually, that's not going to be all that impressive. Yes, he survived some small slashes from Muzan and Akaza's, what's it called? Blue Silver Chaotic Afterglow. That's a long, stupid name. Meanwhile, while I'll mention all of these, hang on. He took 4 attacks from Muzan, took a bite from Muzan and can still move, and was the first one to get up out of Giyu, Tsunemi, Gyome, himself, Inosuke, Zenitsu, I'm pretty sure that's it, all of them, he was the first one to get up, and it wasn't even close. It took them a while after Obanai got up for the rest of them to get up. And even after all of that, he still managed to not blitz, but sneak attack Muzan from behind while still gravely wounded. Like, dude, the Obanai is fucking insane. Despite being a very small guy, he's got big dick energy. I mean, he's dating fucking Meat Street. Next up is gonna be reaction speed. Now, this one can honestly go either way. They both have reacted to Muzan very consistently compared to each other. They actually have very similar reaction speed feats. So this one I'm honestly gonna give to both of them. Now, combat speed. You may think that Obanai would get this, but no. Giyu has a lot more forms that require him to use fast movements to use his form. So I'm gonna give this to Giyu. Only thing I can really give Obanai on the combat speed part is that he hit Muzan once more than Giyu did. Obanai hit him 3 times, while Giyu hit him twice. Offense is also going to go to Giyu due to the fact that he has, I think, 11 forms. Shit. He is also going to get defense because, again, more forms in that category. Now, next up is going to be skills. Now, obviously, they're both master swordsmen. But how they do with their hands? Obanai knows pressure point combat, while Giyu knows some basics. I'm going to give it to Obanai just due to the fact that pressure point combat is very deadly. You can full-on paralyze someone. Now, attack potency is going to go to Obanai. Just due to the fact that he did a lot better and reacted a lot better. And just overall better than Giyu did overall in fights. So Giyu's physically stronger, but Obanai hits harder. Next would be range. Now they both have several meters range. However, Obanai's breathing form is made for range. Yes, Giyu has a slightly longer sword. However, Obanai makes up for that with his breathing style. Serpent breathing is made for accuracy, yes, but it's also made for distance and to kind of get out of the way of things. So range, Obanai. And weaponry, they both have nature and swords, but Giyu has shown to use rope, so I will give him rope, meaning Giyu would get weaponry. Now for destructive capability. Destructive capability basically means how much destruction you can cause. Now these two aren't very destructive, so I'm going to have to go based off of their own attacks. And from what I've seen, Obanai manages to just slightly beat out Giyu in that aspect. Now, with all that being said, who wins this matchup? With a score of 9-10, it's going to Obanai Iguro. Now, let's just say at the best they tie, right? We remove something like weaponry doesn't matter, or range doesn't matter, it's too close, or they tie in one other category, right? That means 9-9. Obanai has way better abilities, such as his transparent roll and several other feats that he's shown against Muzan. Yes, Giyu did fight more opponents and stronger ones. However, Obanai managed to take more damage and still move on, despite Giyu showing less damage and couldn't really do as well. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. That is my Obanai versus Iguro take. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Click like on this video if you want to see more versus battles. Subscribe to me if you want to see more videos from me, and comment what you want to see next. See you guys.